Today I'm going to talk to you about my very first client and why I do and got so passionate about the senior community. His name is Mr. Wolfe. He was actually captain of a minesweeper in World War II. Minesweepers are made out of wood, right? So you can imagine what kind of ride that was in the Pacific Ocean there. He also was in a commanding position on a battleship. And it was really awesome to walk in his home because he had these pictures of this battleship all over the place. And I think one day I'm going to write a book about the people I've met here. But we'll do a digital video documentation now. And let me tell you, he was an attorney from Wisconsin. So once he served his tour in World War II and he served his term, he retired. He became an attorney in Wisconsin. And he did a lot of railroad work. And there were some thoughts that ran through my mind there, but I didn't ask any questions. You know, railroad in Wisconsin, you never know. But when I met Mr. Wolfe, he was about 94 years old. And his goal was to get from his bed to his chair, from his chair to the kitchen table, right? As we age, our goals change. These goals were built so that he could stay independent and stay in his home. Okay, and ironically, my son and Mr. Wolfe were born on the same day. They were both born on Christmas Day. This is my youngest son I'm talking about. Caleb was in preschool at the time. He's 4 years old, and they're 90 years apart if you did the math real quick. And Caleb would have to come to work with me because we were waiting on the babysitter to get off work. And so there was that little hour there, and sometimes that's what we have to do as parents, right? And Caleb's really quiet, and he had his little iPad, and doesn't really talk a lot. And he was sitting there on his iPad, and I'm working with Mr. Wolfe. And I told Mr. Wolfe we're going to do 12. Well, sometimes 12 is not 12. Sometimes 12 is 15 or 20 if you've worked with me before, right, in a one-on-one setting. And so as we got to 12 on this particular exercise, I said, okay, let's keep going. And Caleb goes, Dad, he's done 12 already. He's done. I look back, and I turn around, and Mr. Wolfe is looking right past me, and he sees Caleb, and he says, hey, come sit right here by me. And that's where Caleb sat for the next year and a half. And they actually became really good friends. I've got some great pictures on the website of them giving high five. Unfortunately, Mr. Wolfe took a fall in the bathroom, right? And we know that's where the majority of falls occur, is in our bathroom. Guys, I just spoke about the 3-second method yesterday up at Pelican Landing. You know, as we wake up at night and we're going to the restroom, that's a really precarious moment for us. So we really want to pay attention there, okay? But I don't want to get off into that. But what had happened is guys, not that anybody here does this, but you see this as we age, people using things that aren't built to handle our weight, like the toilet paper holder. And pushing off of that, it will break and fall, and then you'll lose your balance. Well, similar incident with Mr. Wolfe. I don't want to get into the details too much. I want to be, respectful and honorable there. But he hurt himself, and he just didn't have the strength in the legs. That's where leg strength is gold comes from. Ultimately, Mr. Wolfe ended up passing away, and I got to go to his funeral and meet his family, and it was really, really nice. But I went to look for curriculum, and everything I found, the entry point was standing on one foot or walking heel to toe. And what I was seeing in the field with the clients I was working with, they couldn't do that. That put me on a path to try to write and interject some of my own intelligence, some of my own findings, some of my own experience into the program. And that's where Balance University finally came to be, was through that experience. So great guy, great man, miss him. Every Christmas I think about him, obviously Caleb's birthday. But we are the benefactors from that inspiration, all right? So with that, let's get up, let's get you going. We are going to work today.